Hello everyone, this is Crystal Racing here. How's it going? We're back again, and that is correct. Kimi Raikkonen has finally announced his retirement from Formula 1 after 19 seasons, well over 350 races, 21 wins, 18 pole positions, an insane number of fastest laps. I think he's picked up 48 fastest laps in his F1 career, over 100 podiums. The Finnish 2007 world champion has finally called it a day. Yes, it's a sad day for many Kimi Raikkonen fans, but I will admit, I actually don't feel sad because it had to come to an end. At the end of 2018, I wasn't entirely ready to say goodbye to Kimi Raikkonen, and I actually was really happy that Kimi Raikkonen went and joined Alfa Romeo when he did, but I have to say the past 3 years have felt me an awful lot in terms of accepting that Kimi Raikkonen's career had to come to an end. And ever since the 2019 Hungarian Grand Prix, Kimi has seriously struggled to compete for points finishes since then, and frankly it just feels like his whole career is now just dragging out, really just for the sake of having one last payday. I don't blame him. He's got a wife and 2 kids at home, and, and he's got bills to pay and all that. But the romance of Kimi Raikkonen in Formula 1 is well and truly over. I'm so happy for everything he's done. A big part of me would love to see Kimi Raikkonen compete at Le Mans 24 hours and fight for the Indy 500. I would love Ferrari to announce Kimi Raikkonen as a driver for their hypercar program for 2023, and possibly if Ferrari still want to go to IndyCar racing, I think it's looking less likely. I hope they give him a chance of maybe just a one-off ride at the Indy 500. I'm not saying that he should do a full season in IndyCar because I don't think he'll want to travel across the world that many times at his age, like Romain Grosjean does. And frankly honest, I don't think Kimi Raikkonen has the stamina to compete for an IndyCar title at his age now. I don't really think he really wants to put the work in and do like a 17 race season in the States. I mean, the season is a lot shorter in America than it is in Formula 1, but it is what it is. But of course, if Kimi Raikkonen wants to do IndyCar full time, he could potentially go down with the same sort of legacy as Nigel Mansell if he was to win an IndyCar title there, where win Formula 1 World Championship and then win the IndyCar title. But as far as I'm concerned, I want him to do the Le Mans 24 hours as well. So one thing's got to give, and for me, the IndyCar full season title for me is something that Kimi could do without. Because as you all know, Fernando Alonso made a Triple Crown relevant again, and I want to see him get that Triple Crown, and potentially see Fernando Alonso do Indy 500 again at some point when he realises Kimi Raikkonen has a triple crown before he's done it. Would be fascinating, but I kind of doubt Kimi Raikkonen really could care about that as much as I like him to. Maybe he does care. I don't know. Kimi Raikkonen is not the type of person to say, oh yeah, I'm going to tell you everything that's going on my mind today. That's just who he is. But in other news, Callum Aylor will be competing for Young Cost Racing at the IndyCar race at Portland next weekend. And whether this is a potential move to IndyCar full-time for Callum Aylor, I don't know. But it does seem as if the chances of Callum Aylor getting a seat at Alfa Romeo or maybe Haas is now really receding now. Well, at this point, I mean, to be honest, the fact, I know obviously Callum Aylor got beat to the Haas seat by Mick Schumacher, and there were plans to make him take the second seat until Nikita Mazepin came up, and then of course Haas started, realising they had real big financial issues. But I have to say though, this is probably, this could probably spell the end of Ilot's chances of coming to Formula 1 because, of course, Nick de Vries has been linked to the second seat Alfa Romeo. I mean, with Valtteri Bottas heavily rumoured to be replacing Kimi Raikkonen at Alfa Romeo next season. And just for the record, Kimi Raikkonen did say that he had been planning to retire from Formula 1 last winter anyway, so it's not like we're looking at anything particularly peculiar. Let me just read out the statement he also put out. I didn't read it out first because I thought, well, you've probably read the statement, but I might as well read out now. I'm loading up Instagram, come on. Here is the statement. This is it. This will be my last season in Formula 1. This is the decision I did last winter. It was not an easy decision, but after this season, it is time for new things. Even though the season is still on, I want to thank my family, all my teams, everyone involved in my racing, and especially all of you great fans that have been rooting for me all this time. Formula 1 might be coming to an end, but there's a lot more in life that I want to experience and enjoy. See you all around after this. Sincerely, Kimi. I kind of think, I know some think it's a PR statement, but I think that actually was Kimi writing that out. So, it is what it is, in the words of Kimi, in the most literal sense. Of course, in other news, Alex Albon is linked to a seat at Williams. Really odd, some of these rumours now, but it does seem as if, like, Red Bull still have some interest in Alex Albon, considering Yuki Tsunoda has struggled this season, and he could. And of course, with, you know, the team not particularly impressed with Sergio Perez despite re-signing him for next season. And then, of course, the whole situation around Pierre Gasly, where, you know, they kind of, well, like, yeah, you're good, but we don't want you in our senior team second seat at all, though, because, of course, we all know Gasly fell out with Red Bull during his 12 races there back in 2019. This is odd. I'm not sure. I mean, Alex Albon's a decent driver. Does he really deserve a second chance in F1 again? Maybe. I mean, it was very hasty his first 2 years with AlphaTauri and Red Bull. I suppose everyone deserves a second chance. I mean, Antonio Giovinazzi's now in his third year at Alfa Romeo, and frankly, he's not. I mean, he really should leave Formula 1 at the end of this year because, yeah, he keeps out qualifying Kimi, but in the races, he does nothing. And frankly, I've no interest in Giovinazzi. Although, I have to say, though, for De Vries to be linked to Alfa Romeo is really strange. I mean, yes, I am well aware that Ferrari no longer require Alfa Romeo to have a Ferrari junior driver, but I mean, if Alfa Romeo were to have Bottas and De Vries as a lineup, essentially they're going to be putting a Mercedes driver and a Mercedes junior in their seats for next season, which is almost a sideways move in every way. It's just, I mean, neither driver or really a particular improvement on Kimi or Gio in particular at all, in my opinion. As for Williams, apparently they're going to carry on with Latifi. Because, yes, I know they're in a better financial state now than they were 2 years ago, but it does seem as if Latifi does cough up a lot of money, and that money could be useful. And as for Haas, well, I know there were rumours that Michael Andretti was inquiring about buying an F1 team. I know he's a very wealthy man, Michael Andretti, but he's got enough of his hands with his IndyCar team and his sports car program over in the States. I mean, Formula 1 is just a money sink, and unfortunately, we're probably going to be stuck with the Mazepins for the next few years to come. So, if you enjoyed this video, do all the usual stuff, and I'll see you again very soon.